Have you ever been in the middle of a big project and then all of a sudden hit a massive roadblock? Well, for one of my classes a couple semesters ago, I had to contact a stranger in Jackson Hole, call them, and set up an interview with them. And so I found a person in Jackson Hole and I was able to contact them and set up the interview, and everything was great. My project was right on the rails. And so then as I was waiting for the interview date to approach, I was preparing with my class, trying to figure out, the best way to conduct an interview, come up with really good questions, and make it worth my while so I can write a good feature story. And as the date became closer, and it was the week of our field trip, I decided that it would probably be important to email him and confirm that our interview was still on. And so I wrote him an email saying, "Hey, Mr. Gabernali, I'm super excited for our interview this week. I just wanted to make sure that we're still on at this time at this place." And so I sent it off, and I anxiously waited for a response. And a few hours later passed, and I still hadn't gotten anything. And then finally, I got an email kind of late at night, so I was kind of surprised. And the email read, "Liar, glad to see you contribute." And as I read this, my heart kind of sank, and I was kind of freaking out. My eyes started watering, and I kind of started crying, and like, oh my gosh, did this guy just call me a liar? Did I do something wrong? Like, is he mad at me? And so I just wanted to panic, because I was like, this project it's based on this interview. And so I was so worried that this interview wasn't going to happen. And so I called my teacher. I was like, "Sister Jackson, what am I supposed to do? He just called me a liar. At least I think what do I do?" And so she talked to me, and she kind of calmed me down. We kind of had a giggle about it, and she suggested that I send him another email. And so I did, and I calmly wrote, "Mr. Gabernali, I'm very confused by your last email, but I hope that we're still on for our interview this Friday at this time." And so then the next day, I got another email back, and Mr. Gabernali said, "I am so sorry, I did not mean to send that email to you. This Friday works great." And so I had this huge sigh of relief, and my interview went through. And I guess I just kind of learned, sometimes we hit roadblocks, but I think it's important to stay calm and be persistent and be confident in yourself, and things will work out, and everything will hopefully go as planned. Thanks.